go through a lot of the common mistakes and fails that I see a lot of people still go through up to this day. So this video is really dedicated to show you how you can avoid these fails but knowing what to look out for. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now my goal is at the end of this video is show you guys the top 10 work from home fails that I have seen a lot and some that I've even committed. Now if this is your guys' first time on my channel, my name is Lacaba. I am the virtual ate, been working from home since I was 15 years old and now run an outsourcing agency in the Philippines. And I post videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home, so make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos. Now in the last 10 years that I've been working from home, it has been crazy how much I had to learn myself, especially since I didn't have a virtual ate, unlike you guys. I had to go through a lot of the common mistakes and fails that I see a lot of people still go through up to this day. So this video is really dedicated to show you how you can avoid these fails but knowing what to look out for. Now make sure to watch until the end of this video for the one fail that will actually hurt your job prospects in the future. Now the first fail that I see a lot when it comes to working from home is overworking. Now a lot of the benefits that come when it comes to working from home is the fact that you have a more flexible time, right? So you can get up in the morning, work a little bit, take your breakfast and then work again, have your lunch, work again and have your dinner, and then that's it. Usually that's how you can kind of imagine it because you are on more flexible time. But what happens commonly, and I've seen this so many times with my own students even on the Work Anywhere Challenge, is that they work 80 hours a week, mostly because a little bit of a lack of time and task management and also just unclear boundaries. Now I remember when I went through this myself, I kind of fell in love really with my job, so I was working 80 hours a week, but of course that wasn't healthy for me. At that time I would feel guilty whenever I would take the time off, whenever I would say no to someone setting a meeting. So at that time I was getting overworked, I was getting too stressed, and I was choosing the stress. So if you're someone who's new to working from home, try to set boundaries. Try to set the actual time that you're going to work and set the time that you're going to take a break. Now, it's going to be a little bit harder if you have a client who has specific hours that you have to work for, but you can still work with it because now you have a set end time. You don't have to set it yourself. Now, if you're a freelancer where you're jumping from different gigs, make sure that you schedule in break time. Make sure that you are able to manage your tasks and the priorities for it so then you don't overwork like I did. Try to also set days where you don't have meetings. Set days where it might be your weekend. Now I know when you're working with a lot of different time zones, it might be a little bit weird trying to schedule in a weekend because it might be Monday for them, just Sunday for us Filipinos, or it could be still Friday and now it's Saturday for us. So try to keep that in mind try to see what are the best days that you can take a day off, maybe in the middle of the week, maybe some day in the weekend. Just try to keep in mind that you can say no to meetings and reschedule them for another day to again avoid that 80-hour work week, because in the long run it's just not healthy for you. The next common fail that I see a lot of people get sucked into when it comes to working from home is the constant interruptions. A lot of the things that we love about working from home is that we are near family. We're able to take care of them when they need us. We're able to share a meal with them. But along with that is that family members walking into your room while you're doing a Zoom meeting, or that you just can't concentrate because people are running around or there's pets walking by you. I have seen so many Zoom calls where their kids are just running around in the background or their family members are shirtless. So one of the ways that you can fix this is actually making sure that you set boundaries with them. You let them know when you're working. You want to make sure that you have some sort of babysitter to take care of your kids. If your pets do bother you, making sure that the door is closed when you're trying to concentrate. And of course, if all else fails, just because you're working from home doesn't mean that you can't work anywhere. You can go to a coffee shop or a co-working space where you can work in peace. But if you just really want a space where it's clean, having your office be facing a back of the wall, just like I have right now, is one step, because you're already, if you're going to be doing Zoom calls or video calls with your clients or people that you work with, you have a clear background. It's not going to be distracting for them. So keep that in mind when it comes to you planning out how your office looks like or how your office is placed. Now, another fail that you have when it comes to working from home, though, is just the loneliness. It's just a lack of human interaction because you are working from home. I definitely felt this way when I was first working from home. It was because, I didn't really have a social interaction. I didn't really have a social life. One of the cures for this one of the fixes, though, is making sure that you make make time even just for yourself. So again, taking breaks, maybe going to a coffee shop, maybe getting part of different groups. So one of the things that I'm lucky that I'm now part of is I'm part of a Dungeons and Dragons group where every Saturday we're playing. So that's kind of my social interaction for the week. Try to find groups online where you can play maybe virtually, or you can chat with friends when you're having trouble, because one of the things about working from home is, yeah, again, it can be a little bit lonely, but it doesn't have to be. You can have friends, other people who are also working from home, other people who are probably feeling lonely just like you. So try to find groups. Again, it starts with making time for yourself, so then you can make time for other people as well. The next work from home fails is just miscommunication. A lot of the time, we are so focused on working on our own task, on our own project, that we kind of miscommunicate with other people, or we under-communicate with people. There's things that, news that have flown by you because you're just not in contact with people. So one of the things that I really encourage you to do is, even just once a week, having a meeting with your group, with your coworkers or your boss, to make sure that you are still in sync as much as possible, especially if you're still newer to a job. I even highly encourage touching base at least once a day until the point where you are in sync, that you guys know that, anything that comes up, you guys can talk to each other about it. Another way to fix this miscommunication or under communication issue is by sending each other like daily reports. Like, these are the things that I've been able to do, these are the things I'm planning to do tomorrow, and these are the questions that I might have to be able to move forward. So having that clearer communication, having that communication line open for other people to be able to learn from or to do, makes it easier to avoid just that mistake or that fail of not being in the loop when things happen. Now, one other work from home fail that I see a lot is actually getting caught in your pajamas or your PJs. Now, when it comes to working from home, you don't have to wear like the fancy clothes that you usually wear at a physical office, but as much as possible, you do want to make sure that you look at least clean when you're doing a Zoom call. So, try to have at least a jacket on when you're doing a meeting. Try to look at least, again, clean, have your hair up, have your hair down, just in some way that people can still think of you in a professional sense. So even though, again, you can work from home, for girls, we don't have to wear bra, the thing that you have to keep in mind is it's still a professional workplace when you are meeting people through Zoom, when you are sending out, videos, or when you're sending out inquiries where they have to see your face. Another hack that I just have is you can wear a formal top and wear shorts at the bottom. I've shown you guys in other videos where I just wear shorts usually at the bottom, and that works. The purpose of it, again, is that you are showing yourself in a professional way, because again, it's still a workplace. Now, another work from home fail that I see is just not knowing about the time zone differences. Now, I have fallen into this trap a lot before when I was handling a lot of different clients from all over the world, where I would schedule a time and it was actually the wrong time for them or the wrong time for me. There's a bunch of tools that you guys can start using to make sure that you avoid this fail. There's tools like Time Buddy or Savvy Time, where you can easily convert your hours to your client's hours or whoever you're taking the call with. Now, I know time zone can be tricky, especially with daylight savings time, but it is easy to learn once you have the right tools to help you set up those calls, to help you make sure that you are showing up on time. Now, another work from home fail that I have seen is not having a tool backup. Now, what I mean by this is Wi-Fi fails, internet fails. Right now in the Philippines, we are being barreled through a typhoon, which is causing a lot of weird internet problems for everyone. So one of the fixes for this is just having a backup, like having a mobile data where you can get a different source of internet and not just through your landline. It could be having just one of those hotspot little devices where you can get internet through a SIM card. So there's a lot of different ways that you're able to still find a solution to problems like those. But the thing is that you just have to really keep in mind that you have to plan a little bit for the worst. Let's say your computer dies. What do you do? How do you contact your boss? Let's say you lose your phone. How do you contact your boss? So try to already think of backup plans when technology fails, because again, it will happen. You just better prepare for it already and not just really hope for the best. Another work from home fail that I see a lot, this now involves money, is basically having the wrong billing and invoicing practices. Now, there is a ton of templates that you guys can use out there, and one place that I really recommend as usual is just Canva, and you guys can check out the link below. But basically, when you have a more professional looking invoice, it just gives you a better standing with your boss. Now, the mistake or the fail here that I see is, one, not having, again, the right format or the right design for your invoice. You just didn't do the math right, so you're going to be paid less, or you might be charging your boss more than what was agreed to, which of course will cause a little bit of conflict. So you have to keep in mind that you have to be mindful about how you bill your clients and how you send them your invoice, keeping in mind to put a deadline in there to make sure that they pay it on time, because in the end, it's going to be the fault of whoever it was who sent the agreement, whoever it was who sent the invoice, of when it's going to be paid. So really keep keep that in mind so you can get the right amount of money on the right day. Another work from home fail is just not being motivated. Now, a lot of the frustrations about being able to work from home is that since you are at the comfort of your own home, it can be kind of easy to just sit back, to not really think about what to do next. It's going to be really tempting to stay in bed, especially when it's a gloomy day. And of course, there's just the lack of motivation sometimes when you're working and you're not seeing your boss, you're not seeing your coworkers every day. Now, a lot of these is usually just a symptom of not having a clear vision or a clear goal. Now, there's a couple of exercises that I do with my Work Anywhere students, and one of them is creating your big, hairy, audacious goal. That means that you're creating this big goal that sounds ridiculous to you, but is actually something that makes sense in the long run. Basically the question that I ask is, if you had all of the resources, if you had the money, the mentors, the connections to get to wherever you want, what does your life look like? Because that will help you move forward in some way towards your goals, towards your dreams. So if you haven't yet, try to do that exercise. Try to find, what is the goal that I'm trying to aim for? Why am I even doing this? Try to see, again, if there's a way that you can keep motivating yourself, especially on days where you just don't feel like working. Another way that you can fix this fail is making sure that you also have a win tracker. Now, a win tracker is basically, you just keep in mind, what are the things that I kicked butt with this week? What are the things that were awesome? What are the things that I started or I finished? When you do that, you are reminded that you are moving forward. It might be slow or it might be really, really fast, but the purpose of it is to really keep in mind that you are not stuck in whatever situation that you are in, that you have always been able to move forward or move past it. Now, one of the biggest work from home fails that I see always is having bad health habits. Now, when it comes to working from home, we sometimes lose motivation to work out because, we're just at home. We don't have to walk anywhere. We don't have to transport anywhere. We also get stuck into just eating unhealthy meals, just eating quick meals or ordering takeout food from fast food joints. Or it could even be as small as not getting up from your chair every few minutes to stretch. Because a lot of the time when you're just sitting in your chair the whole day, no matter how comfy it is like mine, you are going to develop a little bit of back pain if you don't get up at least every 30 minutes. You have to keep in mind that your health is literally the only way that you can keep working. If you're not healthy, if you're not taking care of yourself, in the long run, you're going to take a lot of sick days, you're going to take a lot of unpaid leaves just to take care of yourself. So it's better to already start building those habits that will help you just have a healthier you. Now, I have more habits that I really recommend that you guys have, and you guys can check out that video right here. Now, the biggest work from home fail that I see so many people committing is not documenting past work. Now, what I mean by this is basically when you are working from home, when you have a career, it's always best that you document in some way what you do or what you've done. So let's say you're a graphic artist. If you're not keeping track of all of the graphics that you've created and put them in one folder in one way or the other, that's going to hurt your future chances of being hired by someone else, because your current work right now is something that you can show off to even get better jobs. Even if you're not someone who creates content, even you're more in the admin side or you are more in the technical side, keeping documentation of some way of what you've done is super essential. So let's say that you are someone who's done admin work. So you can create a whole document of how do I do the thing that I do? How do I get to the outcome? It's usually called a standard operating procedure when you create something that someone else can follow in the future. But at the same time, when you're doing that, you are also creating a sneak peek for the future employer to know how you work, how you operate. So please, if you guys do want to get hired in the future for other jobs, document your stuff. Keep a folder, keep some digital folder of all your files. That's going to be easier for your potential employer to find or see you. And if you guys want more information on how to build your digital portfolio, you guys can check out this video right here so you know what are the things to look out for and what things to keep. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, of course, make sure to hit the thumbs up right there so this reaches more people, and comment below if you've committed any of these work from home fails, because I would love to learn from you as well. Now, if you guys still haven't, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home. You guys can check out these other 2 videos I have right here so you can learn more about having a digital career. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and remember that small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!